Hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey man, it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, I like to talk a little bit about taxes. And this is the new this is the new and improved audio. I'm actually going video. Look at this. I don't have my glasses on. I gotta put my signature glasses on. Guys, all right. It's Jay. I'm the Healthy Accountant, and today's Tuesday. It's April the 24th, and it's all about the taxes, right? Or Or is it not about the taxes? The taxes just ended. 417 just came and gone. How did you fare? Did you miss any of those deductions? I hope you didn't. I hope you made out well, and I hope that you was able to see how you planned for a great tax season, or a great way to start building your wealth. So I want to start off by leaving this statement, because today's topic is about missing deductions. But I've got a statement that I got from very prominent CPA Tom Wheelwright. He wrote the book Tax Free Wealth. Look, hey man, there's a lot of information out there about taxes. So Tom Wheelwright said that if you want to change your tax, what do you have to do? You got to change your facts. Then also Chief Justice William Rehnquist, who, he was top justice right here in the United States. What he says is that there's nothing wrong with a strategy to avoid the payment of taxes. The Internal Revenue Code doesn't prevent that. All right, so if the Internal Revenue Code doesn't prevent you from basically avoiding the tax, what should you do? I'm going to wait. I'm waiting. What should you do? You should avoid the tax. Now, here's the thing. This really doesn't work well for individuals that don't have businesses, or if you're not like a serious investor. So if you're not really an investor or a business owner, then these strategies probably really won't work for you. Because, hey, look, all of the strategies that I know of, if you go ask prominent tax people, CPAs, they will tell you that the strategies are for the business people, the folks that are putting money into the economy to grow the economy. So look, all right, I don't know what deductions you missed this year, right? But I do know one thing certain. The number one mistake that people make, especially business owners and investors, the number one tax mistake, what do you think it is? I think I may have already said it. What do you think it is? If we're thinking about what Tom said and what Chief Justice said, the number one mistake is failure to plan. Failure to plan, man. Failure to plan. Now, what is it about failing to plan? What is it that you need to do in order to plan out your taxes? You plan everything else. Don't you plan to go on a trip? If you were going to, a destination wedding, if you were just taking your family on a vacation, and you know that, well, it's winter time, I want to go when the kids are out of school, what do? You plan. You say, well, how much is it going to cost? Or where do we want to go? That's the first thing. Where do we want to go? And typically, if it could be September. Look, I just got some friends from church. They emailed us. They said, look, they're going to Hawaii. When you going? 2019. Over a year from now. They said, let's plan in advance. We know where we want to go. We know about how much it's going to cost. Now let's start planning to get there. But do you plan your taxes? No. The number one mistake is failure to plan. So if you can plan a vacation, if you can plan a lot of times folks do try and plan retirement, but that hasn't necessarily worked out well for most people. But if you can plan everything except taxes, come on. There are a lot of reasons why I think people don't plan. There's a lot of reasons why. And I think one of the big reasons why people don't plan out your taxes is because you just don't know. You just didn't know. You just didn't know that you could. You didn't know that it was something that your tax preparer did. My wife was just out of town. She was down in Florida. She was talking to some friends, and one of the friends that she has a business, and the one thing she said when my wife was talking about what we do. This is our new and improved business, guys, because we were on the other side too. So I'm not going to act like I've been doing this forever. Because hey, look, their tax preparer doesn't plan for them. But see, that's not always just the tax preparer's fault. Now, the tax preparer as a professional should know. But you as the business owner, it is your job to know everything you need to know about your business. There's your job to even know tax code. You may need to understand it. Does that mean you have to go out and do your own tax return? Nope. Does that mean you have to decide that you've got to know everything about the tax code? No, you don't have to know everything. You do have to understand. That's why when you're thinking in advance, when you are thinking about your money, right? Because your money is important. Your money is important, right? Don't you want to have more money? And so if you want more money, then all you would have to do to have more money is to decide. That's one of the first things. Make a decision, right? You make a decision to decide. Decide that you're going to have more. And then decide that, well, instead of me focusing on how much money I'm spending, let's start focusing on how I can get more. Is that going to create a possible problem for you? Yes, so think about it. If you go from $100,000 to $1 million, what problem do you think you're going to have? More taxes, right? Yeah, you're going to have more taxes. That means that you must be in a situation where you're talking to your accountant. Because you're like, wait a second, dude, I made $100,000 last year. I'm on track to make $1 million. How's that going to affect me? I don't want to pay the IRS all my money because look, if you get to the end of the year and you made $1 million and you have not planned, you're going to be looking at a 40% tax bill almost. Yeah, that's right. Go on. Most people won't save that kind of money. Most people won't have that money just sitting there. So if you know that's where you're headed, then it's time for you not to be a part of the class where you're not planning. Because that's the number one mistake. I've got 10 mistakes that I can go through. I have an actual presentation that I want to do on this. Look, if you want to know about the presentation, you want to know all 10 mistakes, I want you to put in the comments that you want to know and that. Let me know if you would want to get a notification about that presentation because I'd like to do that presentation. There's 10 mistakes that business owners make in in their taxes. There's 10 mistakes. And I love to get that presentation. I just want to make sure that there's some people that's going to want to hear about it. I'd hate to do the presentation and no one show up. So look, if you want to know about that presentation, you want to get a notification when that presentation is going to be made. Look, I want you to put a comment on this broadcast. Leave your email address because what I could do is I could shoot you out an email because I want to send that out by email so you can get a notification so that you don't miss all 9 because you got the number one. So the number one mistake, boom, you know that planning is it. But I'm going to go into some of the main tax problems or tax deductions that may not be looked at, that's not really being understood. Because hey, look, man, tax code is the tax code, and a lot of times it's best if someone can tell you about it. Then you have to go back and read it all for yourself. At least if someone tells you about it, kind of give you an idea. Then if you go back and read it, you have an understanding of it. So look, if you want to know about that, I'd love for you to be able to get a notification when I do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Facebook Live, but look, if I do it on Facebook Live, then man. What I would say is I still need your email. I'm going to tell you why. Because Facebook may not necessarily notify you that I'm doing it. But if you haven't liked the page, Jay Moore CPA, you've got to like the page at least. So like the page. I'm going to be doing these videos often. I'm going from doing audio, which was my quote-unquote start to doing podcasts. Hopefully, soon I'm going to have a podcast and I'll be able to go and do my podcast. But I figured I'd turn the camera around. Instead of just doing audio, I turn the camera around so you can see my face, really understand who's talking behind this microphone, and so that you can get all that data in a different way. I think that they say video is better, so I said I'll go ahead and do video. So look, if you got any questions, definitely leave the questions in the comments. If hey, if you like this, go ahead and like on it. And look, one last thing. If you haven't been to thehealthyaccountant.com, I want you to go there, please. Go to thehealthyaccountant.com. I want you to put your email address in. Find out what the Healthy Accountant is all about, right? Because there's some information there I want to share with you. And two things are going to happen when you put your email address in. You'll get access to the video. I'll be able to email you notifications when I'm doing stuff like this. Notifications when I've done videos. I send out a newsletter on a daily basis. Tips, tricks, an article, recommendations of
the author of 3 books on body language in the
and
workplace.
people that you may want to know. So that's what you're going to get. Now, you can also schedule a free strategy call with me, right? Up to 45 minutes to an hour where we can talk about you. This isn't about me. This isn't a sales pitch kind of call, because at the end of the day, it's not about me selling you, that I can coach you, or that we can, handle all of your accounting and taxes and financing and all that other stuff. It's not about that. What it's about is you. Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Where are you now? See, I think that's the biggest thing. Where are you right now? Because where you are right now is probably the most important thing. Because we got to first understand where you are so that we can make sure that wherever you're headed, you've got the proper tools, proper plan to get there. And so that's what the strategy call is all about. We'll dive into what's going on with you. You'll walk away and have some information. You may some information that you can even if you don't work with us, some information that you can take, say, wow, I learned something about myself. You'll learn something about yourself because I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to ask you some questions that will definitely challenge you, about what you're doing. So, guys, look, thehealthyaccountant.com. Go there, email address in, watch the video, and then schedule a strategy call with me. That's it. I'm done. Guys, I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you. That's right. Instead of hearing me, you'll see me right here tomorrow here on Facebook Live. All right, guys, take care.